Partners Exchange here in Malta, ZDX. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Patrick from BitPay and BitPay Exchange.
Theo Goodman from Proof of Work Media, Design and Strategy Studio.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And I write for Forbes, The Economist, the BBC. I've done 2 interviews and 3 panels and I'm knackered. So we're going to try and get this done quite quickly. Even though it's an amazing conference and all that stuff. Jimmy, this is a strange subject. Precious metals, presumably gold, and digital safe havens, which I presume means currencies, not countries. What do you think about the subject matter in hand? Did we make a mistake leaving the gold standard?
Well, I kind of. It's super interesting because the first ISTO or secure token offering, I've heard of it. Little country, Liechtenstein, they're like they have a gold reserve. So these guys, I think it was a year ago. They presented a solution which is very interesting. It's like in the gold trading sphere, they have a problem. When someone from Hong Kong buys gold, they have a ship gold from the mountain in Liechtenstein to the port and then to the Hong Kong port. It would cost like $1 million just to do it.
Yeah.
They secured everything. And what they realized, like, they need a better solution. What happens is, like, the government actually initiated, and also the gold reserve, they put every piece of the gold, like this, the picture shows, like, you know how this gold bricks on chain. So that means, like, they create actually digital gold tokens representing the metal. And if you want to trade the ownership between the token and the owner, of course, need to be verified, and also the token itself will represent a certain amount of the certain gold. Also, there's a link between. So that's what I was saying. Like, really, that's if you're talking about ISTO for next round of the blockchain, I think the asset-based security is the future.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really believe the shares and stuff. Like, that's what I'm like. This is actually quite interesting.
So we were talking earlier. People on the panel talk about stable coins being the future for 2019. So we have gold, which is a stable metal, I suppose. I mean, I don't know the gold price. It's had little relevance in my life, really. I did once deal in silver when I lived in the Sinai Desert in 1987 in a hut. So I used to go to the Kanakalili silver market in Cairo and buy silver there and get someone to make it into jewellery. So it worked for me for about 3 months. Silver was a pretty decent thing in my life, you know what I mean? And I understand the Liechtenstein strategy, I suppose. But when we talk about digital safe havens, would you consider that STO to be a safe haven? Or maybe the epitome of stables?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, these days, if you look at a stablecoin, most of the stablecoin are trying to peg into US dollar and euros and try to make it stable. But if you look at the financial history, even the central government sometimes cannot keep their currency stable. So it's not a really true stable coin, right? So in order for you to create some true stable coin, I think that another round is really looking to the asset and use the asset to back it up. So it might be more stable than just thinking about the government actually, the US bond or whatever can help you.
Yeah, okay. So Theo, I'll go back to, I suppose, I don't know if this is a trope or some form of disinformation, but I always thought that the Nazis started World War II because they had all the gold, right? So they had the money to expand. Is there the kind of possibility that someone can hoard stable coins being a government?
So I think that...
I'll tell you what, maybe for the audience, the difference between a stable coin and different...
Well, a stable coin is just trying to represent the value of a fiat currency. So Tether is Tether is like one Tether is $1. Gemini dollar is the same, and so is the one released by the Winklevoss twins. So it's just trying to reflect that on a blockchain. So the thing is, first of all, a stable coin, and that there's different forms of stable coins as well. For example, there's MakerDAI, so that's more of an algorithmic, actually backed by Ethereum. So it's a little bit more, it's collateralized stablecoin essentially on a blockchain. Whereas you have Tether, where that's I would call that an off-chain stablecoin. It's essentially like an IOU that Tether will pay that out eventually. Now the thing is, these stablecoins, especially the off-chain ones, are only as stable as the companies releasing them, because in the end, they're the one giving you the IOU. So you have a different kind of risk you have to think about. Another thing, you asked if they could be used as a safe haven. There's definitely not. For example, the Gemini one and the Winklevoss twin version, the smart contract has a function in which they can freeze addresses, because of course they're a US company, so they have to comply with some regulations. And Tether was also able to essentially blacklist some address after they had found a technical flaw that was taken advantage of. So these are definitely not sovereign money, these so-called stablecoins. Maybe something like MakerDAI, which is a decentralized version, is, but it's very, very not user-friendly at all. It's very nerdy kind of thing, but maybe we'll see something like that in the future too. But both have a place in the market depending on what you want to do.
But Tether seems controversial.
Well, it seems controversial. You could go into conspiracy theories about why it's controversial. It's controversial because of what I said, is that it's only as stable as the company issuing it. If the company issuing it is doing offshore banking and it's jumping from one bank account to the other, then people get nervous. And they are the market leader of the stablecoins. There's like millions and millions and millions. Maybe you've seen the joke of this one video with this guy, and he has a phone, he goes, print 100 million Tether, pump price. So that's the kind of meme going out, and people think that's really how it is, but it's not quite that simple. So imagine a stablecoin, not US-based, not European-based, essentially based in offshore bank accounts, and it's kind of tricky to do that. And then you have an alternative now. You can do like Winklevoss Twin Dollar or Gemini Circle Dollar, Circle Dollar, and they're totally US-based. So the thing is that you can't, so you can't audit a stablecoin. You can only attest it that there is. So it's kind of people are hung up on auditing because everyone is in crypto. Like I want to see the balance. But you can't really do it because it's a bank. So it's kind of tricky.
Patrick, so I mean, precious metals, right? I presume that they're precious because of their scarcity, right? They're difficult to mine. There's a finite supply. But I think when we go back to Bitcoin, there's a finite supply of 21 million Bitcoins. So that would imply to me that Bitcoin could be a new gold standard based on its scarcity or its difficulty. Does that make sense?
It makes sense because the gold, the mining of the gold is still going on. So with the 20 million bitcoins, we are right now 17 millions. So I think the reach of the 20 billion will be make Bitcoin to be stable at that point, because all it will be more valuable. So I think other coins like altcoins is I wouldn't think of like investment of like gold.
But the way I see it, as a digital haven, I still exist in fiat currency. I pay my mortgage, I pay my school fees in that way, until a recent disaster, a crypto theft, which I keep talking about, because it's breaking my heart. But I did see it as a digital safe, well, I saw it as a safe haven anyway, but I saw it over a long period of time, almost like my pension fund, So the volatility of that type of thing doesn't really bother me so much, because I'm in it for a long time. I'm not a speculator. I'm not doing it because I want to make 1,000% or anything. I want to put it somewhere, philosophically and politically maybe. I believe in decentralization. So I do think that cryptocurrencies are a safe haven, but only if you look at it in the long term. You agree with that, Jimmy?
It depends on which cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So it's Bitcoin is one of the most adopted cryptocurrency right now. Probably has the attribute, but doesn't mean that all the other tokens have the value in the future. It's more becoming centralized.
Is there a limit to something like Ethereum? Is it the same as Bitcoin? I should know this.
No, not really. I don't think Ethereum does not have a finite limit.
It doesn't.
Yeah. So compared to Ethereum, more like I was usually comparisons like if it is a village, you need a lake. If it's a continent, you need an ocean.
Yeah.
So it grows as the usage and so on. So then.
So it's almost like.
So basically, in cryptocurrency world, I still think the precious metal concept is the Bitcoin.
You do think?
Yeah, people always fall back to this, like it's the way to show how much your wealth you have, right? So.
I wonder if there's a kind of deep gold. If there's nowhere else you can get gold.
Yeah, this is something I really want to have to see in the cryptocurrency space. Like people talk about secure token offering. What I really want to see is the asset-based security happening. So basically, the token really linked to a real value. Like it could be a precious metal, could be a bottle of wine. Like this wine actually reserve the value over time. And if you look at the dollar itself, I mean, the inflation and doesn't really it's not stable. $1 doesn't mean the value like you have 30 years ago.
No, I think isn't there the burger index?
Yeah.
Where a hamburger costs so much at a certain place. That's almost a similar form of currency, right? It's $2 here, $1 there, $4 there. I mean, you can do that with drugs. I mean, the price of cocaine, I believe, varies in the country, I suppose it depends I mean, I've never invested in gold, but I know it's there, and I perceive it to be stable and precious metal. But since we left the gold standard, it seems to have been slow chaos. Would you agree with that, Tim?
I don't think it's been chaos. What it's allowed countries to do is to use massive amounts of leverage that was not possible on the gold standard. So that's also one reason we have nice things.
Yeah.
It's just a tool. It's just that, like other tools, like I talked about earlier, it can fund wars and do other things too. So I don't think that you have to have a currency that's commodity backed.
Right.
It could have a place in some uses maybe, but I don't think that we have to have that. I mean, in the end, the reason gold has value is it's essentially a meme. It's people believe in gold. Of course, there's industrial use of gold, and it's a physical object, and it's rare. But in the end, most of the value is just belief, and so is fiat.
Yeah, I suppose you could say the same thing about, I think probably the richest precious metal country on earth is probably DRC, Congo, right? That seems to continually come up with new metals or new elements. I mean, cobalt, I think, is an example of, I've got cobalt in my mobile phone, the mining of that. But you don't see reference points to the price of cobalt.
Well, it hasn't caught on as a meme that everyone is agreeing that has a value. The gold and silver are really easy to understand. There's jewelry. Where's the cobalt jewelry? Where is it? I don't see it.
Yeah.
Diamonds is a whole other topic, but yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you could even go down to rice. I mean, I sound really confused because I am. You know what I mean? I know what value is. I mean, you can have, I don't know, abstract concepts such as love or happiness or anything like that. Those are forms of currency of your life as well, right?
Sure, well, value is subjective, but then of course there is utility value and things like that too. So it all comes together.
Yeah. What do you think, Patrick?
Again, the adoption, is also the key for for example, bitcoins. So I can really spend money in different places. And the gold and Bitcoin is the difference is that anyone can buy it.
Do you think they're the same?
I wouldn't mix those two, yeah.
Why not?
You know, if I want to buy a gold, I probably, if we are here, yeah, everyone has a Bitcoin, yeah, or at least touch it and buy it, yeah. And I think also we here I didn't buy gold, yeah. So the adaptation in the earth it will be probably the key, yeah, because anyone can get to this.
Well, you're talking about scarcity. I mean, we might be thinking about water as a currency in the future. Do you know what I mean? And it's dying up. I met someone very interesting the other day, and he said, who do you think is the biggest fan, believer in global warming? And I said, well, I don't know. And he said, the US military. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, they know what's coming. And they see a tropic around the world, like a 2% of the world, like Ukraine, bread basket of Europe. So their idea is that everyone will eventually migrate to these places. And that type of thing, the scarcity of life is going to be quite interesting, where we move to, where we go to. It won't matter what we use, we might just have to survive, you know what I mean? Anyway, happy days. We're coming out of time, so let's have some optimism. I mean, I think all of you are optimists. Crypto, safe haven, yes or no, Jimmy?
I believe, yeah, for Bitcoin, it's probably, it's like basically perception of value, right? So,
Yeah.
so what is money? And it's comments, it's consensus, right? Like, I believe this dollar you can go to the shop, the owner of the shop agree with you. So once the Bitcoin as a concept, the currency concept start, grow, like right now it's like maybe 5% population not understand what it's all about.
Yeah.
Let's say it grow up to 15%. But I think the trend is unstoppable. So I really believe if you hold, it's
Hold, don't sell. With you. Patrick, your idea?
I'm believing that crypto is the key. Maybe not for next year, but maybe 2-3 years. It also evolve in different sectors, and also blockchain itself as a technology is something that we like internet,
Yeah, well, maybe in
20 years ago. So I believe that it will be a huge.
hold, not sell.
I would help.
I think if crypto is a digital safe haven, I would say yes, in the sense that it's not easy to confiscate. It's much more difficult for the government to take it from you, or a thief to take it from you, than, for example, if I have bars of gold, I have to put it under my bed, or I have to trust a bank, and then that could be confiscated in an event. Everyone can remember when Cyprus shut down the banks for a short period of time, and you probably couldn't get your gold then either if it was in a safety deposit box. But if you had Bitcoin, then you could have used it. Now, as far as the price, I'm not going to make any predictions about that. But as far as a safe haven of just holding value that's not able to be confiscated, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was in India a couple of years ago, they banned the 500 rupee note just because there was so much.
They're trying to do it to the euros too. They're collecting the 500s
You
also.
can't use a £50 note, no one will take it because of the. But then that has very bad consequences because a lot of Indian women used to save money that the men would spend and then that was all wiped out. The music's beginning. We've got 14 seconds overdue. Jimmy, thank you. Patrick, thank you for you. Thank you. Thank you for a great conversation, which was a very tricky subject to moderate. And I'm now done. Thank you for making my job easier. Round of applause for my panel, please.
Okay, guys, thank you for coming here, sitting with our speakers. So I hope you joined the conference. So right now we finished the payments conference. Next will be on 2 p.m. With the affiliate. So thank you very much for coming. Have a great show. Thank you.